Greetings, fellow growers. Welcome back to the Garden Sage. For many of us in the northern parts of the world, the garden beds are now quiet. The earth is cold, and the season of outdoor abundance is officially over. It is a time of rest, but for the gardener's spirit, rest can be difficult. We miss the green. We miss the act of harvesting. We miss the taste of something living. We go to the grocery store and we buy produce that has traveled thousands of miles. We buy bunches of green onions wrapped in plastic that cost $3 and will turn to slime in our refrigerator in a week. What if I told you that this holds up the green onion? This thing we buy and discard holds the secret to an endless supply of fresh, pungent, vibrant greens all winter long. What if I told you that you don't need a garden, you don't need a yard, and you don't even need to buy seeds? All you need is a small pot, a bit of soil, and the part of this onion you normally throw in the trash. Today, we are not putting the garden to bed. We are moving it. We are bringing a small, resilient, and perpetual harvest right here to our balconies and our windowsills. This is the ultimate act of gardening wisdom, creating life from what was once considered waste. So, if you wish to have that spark of green, that taste of a fresh harvest in the dead of January, I invite you to stay with me. Subscribe if you haven't. Let us learn to garden in all seasons. Let's begin. Our first step is to acquire our seed. But we are not buying a packet. We are reclaiming. You have two main paths to start your indoor onion garden. But one, in my opinion, is far wiser than the other for this purpose. Path A. You can go to a nursery and buy onion sets. These are small, dormant bulbs, and yes, you can plant these in a pot, and they will grow greens. This is a fine method. Path B. You can go to the grocery store. This is the sage's path. You buy one single bunch of regular green onions, also called scallions. You take them home, and you use them. You chop the green tops for your soup or your eggs. But you save this. This is what most people see as trash. This is the end of the line. But look closer. This is not a dead end. This is the engine. This white part, the basal plate, contains all the life, all the programming, all the energy needed to grow again, and again, and again. By using this, your startup cost for an entire winter of fresh food is zero. You are buying the groceries you were already going to buy, and you are simply choosing to participate in their life cycle rather than ending it. So, for this project, find the freshest bunch of green onions at your store. Look for the ones that have healthy white roots still attached. That's your only requirement. Now you have your onion ends. You have probably seen the popular kitchen hack online. This is the water method. You simply place the root ends in a shallow glass of water on your windowsill. And within 2 or 3 days, you will see new green shoots miraculously emerging from the center. It is a wonderful visual aid of nature's persistence, and I encourage you to do this once. But here is the wisdom. This is a temporary trick, not a sustainable garden. The plant is growing on borrowed time. It is using the last of its stored energy in the bulb to push out that green growth. It has no access to nutrients. After 1 or 2 cuttings, the plant will become pale, weak, and slimy. It will die. We are not looking for a quick trick. We are building a garden, a resilient, long-term, perpetual garden. And for that, we need the second path, the soil method. Soil provides 3 things. Water cannot. Anchorage, a place for the roots to grip and spread. Nutrients, the food the plant needs to keep producing, not just for one last gasp. A stable biome, a living environment of microbes that support the plant's health. The water method is a fun experiment. The soil method is gardening. We will be using the soil method. Our balcony garden needs a home, but we must choose this home wisely. The biggest mistake I see in balcony gardening is choosing the wrong container. People often choose a pot that is too deep and too narrow. Green onions have a shallow, fibrous root system. They do not need 2 feet of depth. They prefer to spread out sideways. This is the perfect vessel. A simple, inexpensive, 18 or 24-inch window box. It is wide, allowing you to plant a dense row. It is shallow. 6 to 8 inches deep is perfect, so it doesn't waste soil. And it fits perfectly on a balcony railing or a narrow windowsill. If you don't have a window box, a simple 8 or 10-inch diameter pot is also wonderful. But whatever you choose, it must have this: drainage holes. This is the one non-negotiable rule of container gardening. Without drainage, water will pool at the bottom, the soil will become stagnant, and the roots of your onions will rot. Rot is the #1 killer of all indoor and container plants. It is the enemy. These holes are your escape hatch. They are your plant's insurance policy. Do not put rocks, gravel, or broken pottery at the bottom. This is an old myth. It does not improve drainage. It actually worsens it by creating a perched water table. All you need is a simple piece of screen or a coffee filter over the hole to keep the soil from falling out. Choose a wide, shallow vessel with excellent drainage. We cannot just scoop soil from our now frozen outdoor garden bed. We must not. Garden soil is heavy. It's full of clay, rocks, and most importantly, dormant weed seeds, insect eggs, and fungal spores. The moment you bring that soil into your warm house, all of those things will wake up. You will be fighting an invasion of fungus gnats and mystery weeds before your onions even get started. We need a sterile, light, and fluffy mix. My Sage's mix for this is beautifully simple and budget-friendly. 1 part high-quality potting mix. This is your base. It's sterile, light, and designed to hold moisture, while still allowing air to get to the roots. 1 part compost or well-rotted manure. This is the food. This is the engine. Potting mix alone is often sterile and nutrient-poor. The compost provides the slow-release organic nutrition your onions will need to regrow for months. That's it. No complicated, expensive amendments. Just a 50-50 blend of a light, fluffy base and a rich, nutritious food source. Fill your window box or pot with this mix, leaving about 1 inch of space at the top for watering. Now, the moment of transformation. Take your green onion scraps. We cut them, leaving about 1 to 2 inches of the white part, including the roots. You can plant these in 2 ways, and both work well. Method 1. The dense planting. If you want a thick, dense forest of green onions, you can plant them very close together. Take your onion ends and simply push them into the soil about 1 to 2 inches apart. Plant them just deep enough so the white part and the roots are buried, but the little green cut-off tips are just peeking out of the soil. Method 2. The multi-bulb planting. If you bought your onions and they came as little clumps or bulbs, you can plant that entire clump as one. This is common with onions from a farmer's market. Just plant that whole clump, root ball and all. Once they are all in place, water them in. Water them deeply and gently until you see water run out of the drainage holes. This settles the soil around the roots and signals that it's time to grow. And that's it. You have just planted your perpetual winter garden. You have done the hard part. Your job now is simply to be a good steward. Your plant needs 3 things to thrive: light, water, and harvesting. 1. Light, the biggest challenge. Let's be honest. Winter means weak, short days. Your onion plant is a living solar panel. It needs light to photosynthesize, to create the energy to regrow. A south-facing window is essential if you are relying on natural light. It is the only window that will provide enough direct sun in the northern hemisphere. An east or west window might keep them alive, but they will be pale and spindly. But here is the sage's wisdom. If you are serious about this, invest $20 in one simple LED grow light. You do not need a fancy purple $300 setup. A simple full-spectrum clip-on light is a complete game changer. It removes all the guesswork. Place the light 4 to 6 inches above your plants and leave it on for 12-14 hours a day. With this, you can grow a lush, dark green jungle of onions in a dark corner of your basement. It is the single best investment for any winter gardener. 2. Water, the act of restraint. This is the #1 way people kill their indoor plants. They kill them with kindness. They overwater them. Remember, your pot has drainage, but it's not in the hot summer sun. The soil will stay moist for a long time. The sage's golden rule of indoor watering. When in doubt, let it drought. Or more simply, don't water. Before you ever water, do this. The finger test. It is the only tool you need. Stick your finger into the soil, up to your second knuckle. Is it cool and damp? Then walk away. The plant is fine. Is it truly dry? Then it is time to water. Water deeply until it runs out the bottom, and then leave it alone until it is dry again. More plants die from root rot in soggy soil than from thirst. 3. The harvest, the perpetual reward. This is the magic. In about 2 weeks, your new green shoots will be 6 to 8 inches tall, strong, and ready. And here is the final, most important piece of wisdom. You never pull the bulb out. You are a steward, not a miner. You are here to harvest the interest while leaving the principle intact. Take your scissors, go to the plant, and cut what you need, leaving about 1 to 2 inches of the green stem above the soil. Why? because the plant will regrow from that cut tip. You can come back to this pot every few days for the entire winter. You cut one, and by the time you've cut the last one, the first one is ready to be cut again. This is your endless loop of fresh greens. You are harvesting sunlight and turning it into fresh, pungent, delicious food in the middle of a snowstorm. So you see, the garden is never truly over. It just changes its form. We've taken something that was destined for the compost bin, and we have given it a new life. We've built it a proper home, given it food, and in return it gives us a gift that is so much more than just a vegetable. On a cold, gray January day, the ability to walk over with a pair of scissors and cut something fresh, green, and living, that is an act of defiance against the dormant season. It is a spark of life. It is a connection back to the soil, even when the soil outside is frozen solid. This is the wisdom of the balcony garden. It is small, it is simple, but it is powerful. It reminds us that life is a cycle, and that even in the darkest months, growth is always possible. Thank you for joining me, the Garden Sage, today. If this brought you a little warmth, a little inspiration, I hope you'll subscribe. What will you be growing indoors this winter? Let us all share our wisdom in the comments below. Until next time, be well and keep growing in all seasons.